Now I got something to show you, and it's gonna be something momentous. Hello everybody, it's me, the Excellent Reviewer, aka Wrestling's #1 Hype Man, aka the true champion of YouTube. Now, let's talk about the G1 Climax Final. First of all, before we get into the match, I have to talk about something else that's fundamentally huge that just happened. It was right before they were going to intermission after a great tag match. They show an advertisement for Wrestle Kingdom 12, which, by the way, the advertisement alone looks pretty damn good. The logo and everything. And all of a sudden, we hear a music we haven't heard in quite a while, as Katsuyori Shibata returned, finally made his way back into the New Japan Pro Wrestling ring. He comes out and he does something I've never seen him do. He actually smiles. It's just really great to see that, first of all, that he is healthy, and that maybe, just maybe, he could come back. But first of all, priority, it's his health. It's his health. That's what needs to go further into this. Before he can even come back into the ring, he needs to make sure that he is healthy. But it's good so far to see him that he is doing fine. He said, "I'm alive. That's all." And it's just really great to see Katsuyori Shibata in the ring. He's one of my favorites when I started watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, just his hard-hitting style. And if he does come back, he needs to, of course, take the headbutt out of his repertoire of moves, because that's what caused him to go out of action. If it wasn't for that headbutt, he'd still be wrestling during this whole entire time. And you could even see the crowd. You see the crowd, they were in tears. They were so shocked. They did not see this coming. I didn't see. No one saw this coming, that Katsuyori Shibata would be back. Now, we don't know whether or not he is going to continue wrestling, or if this was just an update, a health update for everyone. But still, generally good news that Katsuyori Shibata returned. I was just like, I was amazed. But thank God, and thank God he's well. Thank God he's doing well, and he is happy. And hopefully, if he is healthy, provided that he is healthy, he comes back to wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because I would have loved to have seen him at the G1 specials. But thank God that Katsuyori Shibata is alive. He's doing healthy. He's doing really well for himself. And hopefully we can see him back at New Japan Pro Wrestling really soon. But now we get to the final of the G1 Climax. The final, which is the most important match of the G1 Climax. Tetsuya Naito against Kenny Omega for the winning person to become the winner of the G1 Climax, get that Wrestle Kingdom 12 main event spot. And there was high stakes for this match, very high stakes for this match. A lot of people were thinking, and it was split down the middle, even for me. I didn't know who was going to win. It could have been Kenny Omega. He could have gone, because everyone loves Kenny Omega right now. It could have been Tetsuya Naito. Either way, it could have been either of those two. And these two, once again, they put on an incredible match. I was thinking halfway through the match, I was just like, wow, this is equally as good as their G1 Climax match last year. Really good. So many good spots. There were like a couple of botches. And those botches were scary, to say the least, because there was this table spot where Naito was going to pile drive Kenny Omega, but he didn't hit the table, and instead he slipped and he went to the outside to the concrete, and that was scary. They both looked like they were fine. Another botch was when they were on the top rope. They were where the turnbuckle was, and Kenny Omega pulled him down, and it looked as though Naito hit his head on the turnbuckle, and the crowd was all like, oh my God, because you didn't know whether or not it was real. You didn't know if it was a work or not. It was a work because he was able to counter into a Super Hurricane Rana. There were some scary looking botches and stuff in this match. I felt as though it could have, like, turned at any moment. One of the things I will say about this, and I do agree with, is that Kenny Omega, if you're watching this, you got to cool down on the V triggers. You hit like 10 of them today, and they're fine every once in a while. Like, if you hit like 3 of them, but he hit like so many V trigger, V trigger, V trigger, V trigger, rain trigger, so many variations of that, and it was just like, tranquilo, tranquilo, and it was. In the end of the match, there were so many versions, Rain Killer, Destino, and I love this part. I love this part where Tetsuya Naito went old school. He went back to the top rope, did his old finisher. I don't know what it's called, but he did his finisher, which won him the G1 Climax in 2013, I believe. But which won him the last G1 Climax that he won, where he does the the backdrop flip, but Kenny Omega missed it. He missed it, and there were so many good moments in this match. But in the end, I gotta say, it makes the most logical sense. But in the end, it took 2 Destinos to put away Kenny Omega, and your G1 Climax winner is Tetsuya Naito. And it makes sense, because I'll tell you why. Because Kenny Omega, he's the IWGP United States Champion. And he sort of needs to focus on that title. It's like, I don't think they will put a dual champion. I don't think New Japan will put a dual champion on Kenny Omega. I don't think they'll make him one. It just doesn't make... to me, it doesn't make sense. But it does make perfect sense for Tetsuya Naito. Because he lost the Intercontinental Championship. And he lost the tournament for the U.S. Championship. He's still record hot. And he can finally get to that main event push at Wrestle Kingdom, because he's never had that. He was supposed to have that a few years back, but then again, he was ruled out of it by the fans who wanted Tanahashi and Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 8 all those years ago. So finally, there is not going to be none of that chicanery. There's going to be none of that happening. There is going to be purely Tetsuya Naito and maybe Kazuchika Okada, because it depends if he's still champion at the time. But Tetsuya Naito, Kazuchika Okada, Wrestle Kingdom 12 main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And generally, I'm predicting it now, I'm going to say Naito wins. Because, let's see, Okada has held onto that belt for a year. If he holds onto it till at least October, he will be the longest reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion of all time. And that's good. Give him that record. Okada is literally one of the best. He is not one of the best. He's the best of our generation. So, give him that. Give him that. Give him that record, and you have him lose to Naito, who has been in an amazing, amazing streak thus far. You have him beat him, and then a new era. A new era, because as long as I've been watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, Okada has been champion, and he's a pretty damn good champion. But I think it's time to take that strap off of him and give it to Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japón. Really stellar match. You guys gotta watch it if you haven't seen it. Tetsuya Naito against Kenny Omega. Watch it on New Japan World. It's only 999 yen. Like $10. So make sure you go over there and you subscribe to New Japan World and watch Tetsuya Naito and Kenny Omega. Not to mention the return of Katsuyori Shibata. But that's been it for my review of the G1 Final. G1 Final. Now do me a favor, let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section below. Whether or not you thought Kenny Omega should have won, or Tetsuya Naito should have won. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. And if you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, then make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You want to do all that great stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys as soon as I can. Not to mention, we're on the road already to Wrestle Kingdom 12. I'll see you guys later.